Hey everybody, welcome back to Northernlion Plays Binding of Isaac AFTERBIRTH Plus. We probably did not deserve to win the last run, but we did, so screw you. That's right, I'm edgy now. I'm edgy Northernlion. Hunger Games? No thanks, I'm still full. Stole that joke from Eric Andre, I don't even care. MDPLYS3Q as we do a Samson greed mode run today with what I would describe as a pretty okay first room pickup. Magic Scab, raise our luck stat. I don't know if luck affects things as much in greed mode as it does in other modes, mostly because you don't tend to get consumable drops from, oh, dude. You don't tend to get consumable drops when you finish waves, but, maybe that's just because we've never had a luck stat that's high enough. Have you ever considered that? Quad shot is, like, actually bad, sort of, but I like it. That's my defense, at least, and, the other thing with Samson is, like, as long as we can keep our HP relatively high, we got great incentives to, like, go into these rooms. Sure, it didn't really work out for us there, but that's okay. And we got 5 damage times 4 shots right now. Actually pretty good. Obviously, the problem is that the rate of fire is, like, kind of trash. Isn't it, like, your tier rate is affected the same by triple shot and quad shot, but quad shot gives you the extra tier, so it's more potent in that regard? Or am I perhaps mistaken? I don't remember, but I certainly remember loving triple shot, and then people smarter than myself said, NL, why do you love triple shot? Here's like a statistical quantitative analysis of why triple shot is worse than just not having it most of the time. And I said, you know what, that makes a lot of sense. I consider myself a man of logic. I'll acquiesce. But I believe that quad shot might still have a certain je ne sais quoi. But it's not really a je ne sais quoi. It's more like I'm trying to think of how to say I have 4 shots in French. Je suis une quiche Lorraine. I can say that. I'm French-Canadian. Or at least, you know, my DNA is French-Canadian. Am I French-Canadian? No, probably not, I suppose. I have this conversation with people all the time. Not all the time, but, you know, at least a few times a year. Not to say that this happens, you know, to Canadians all that often, but, you know, people will be like, so, like, is your family French? And I'm like, nah. No, okay, what about, like, you know, are your grandparents French? I'm like, nah. Your great-grandparents? Nah. Great-great-grandparents? I don't know, they were born in, like, 1830. Okay? You're getting too far back to be reasonable now. I don't know where my great-great-grandparents are from, because I'm not an Austrian, like, baron or something like that. You know, I don't have a knowledge of my family tree going back to, you know, oh, well, he was the governor of Fort Frontenac, and, you know, so I don't know where the name came from. Evidently, at some point, I had a French ancestor. He convinced a Canadian, or, someone that settled in Canada, at least, to create children with them, and we've been rocking the Anglophone with the Francophone last name ever since, okay? I'm not gonna change it. What's the point? You change it. Yeah, exactly. I don't know where I'm going with this. Either way. Yeah, alright. So we don't want to use this, but it is a guppy item, one way or the other. I'm, like, almost tempted to get more HP. Here's what I think we... Oh, no. This is stupid. We should not buy a key. I think 7 cents for essentially a reroll is okay. 7 cents for a damage upgrade is okay. 7 cents for a damage upgrade is okay. 7 cents to get closer to spun is okay. And now we're leaving. And this worked out very well, except our speed stat is kind of bad now. But our damage has gone up as a result of Jesus Juice and, synth oil, and then we're 1 away from spun. Our rate of fire's gone up as well. Our speed is pretty bad. I'll just, like, level with you on that one. Speed is not in a good spot. And why pay 7 cents for the HP upgrade? Because it kickstarted that whole thing to begin with. That's why. Pretty much what it comes down to. I am going to go in here. Mostly because I don't really care about preserving our demon hearts right now. It's too early for them to have any chance of making it to the end of the game. So, first thing we're going to buy is a key. A key's 3 cents. It's really good for us. But we'll probably wait until we finish a couple of waves here. I don't think there's much reason to take extra damage. You know, if we can't kill enemies on the second floor with 5.86 damage, we got bigger problems. So we're in a very weird situation early on this Samson run, but a good situation. Like, our stats are wonderful, I would say. I really thought we could thread the needle there. Need like 2 1 makes you smaller pills, and then, you know, we're living in there. We don't have deal with the devil precedent, which I think could be interesting. We can kind of get the best of both worlds here. We have a beat on Guppy, we got a beat on Spun, and our stats are good to begin with, so there's very little to complain about. I'm actually just going to mainline this because, I mean, we don't lose anything for leaving, but I feel like we just sort of might as well knock out the whole to-do list so I'm not distracted. So we'll just kill all the enemies here. We'll get another Spirit Heart here. The Spirit Hearts are a trick right now. There's no need to worry too much about trying to preserve them, in my opinion at least. I'm way... Ooh, it's kind of a trickier enemy here. I'm way more interested. By the way, our range and shot speed are actually like 10 out of 10 right now. I just stood there and took that one. It's actually really, really good because it allows me to stand on the other side of this big room and just knock enemies out. Alright. Book of Belial on greed mode, there's a lot to like. I'm not going to take the bird because I think it's better for me to have HP. Now, honestly, I'm looking at this. I don't like any of these items enough. We could maybe buy a bomb. In fact, I think I probably will. Dude, Contagion kind of stinks because I think it only works on the first wave that pops when we press the button. In fact, it might not work on any of them. But I like it as an item, which is why I went, dude. And then I evaluated it a little bit more and went, oh. Which is kind of the same experience as, like, reading the menu at TGI Fridays. Dude. So that ended up being, like, extremely good. But I think we'll stick with Book of Belial. I actually think the damage from Book of Belial could be better. Plus, it's weird. I take Guppy's head all the time, so let's mix it up. Every time I go to TGI Fridays, I'm like, I could really go for a Jose Cuervo tequila burger right now. And then I, you know, see the picture and I go, oh, right. NL, don't insult TGI Fridays. It's a national institution. Nobody's saying that. I'm strawmanning you. Look, okay, so what do we got here? Car, battery, I don't think does anything, unfortunately. And we don't need another speed upgrade. So the first thing we're going to do is try to get value for money here. And it worked. You're looking for like a 3-cent key if you can get one. We can't, and that's okay. So I'm going to pay 5 cents for a random item. And it was really, really worth it. That's a huge damage increase. Let's go peep this room. I'll take the pills. I ain't ever scared. Health up, range down, bombs are key. Absolutely worth it. Range was already fine. I mean, you could make a pretty good case for a couple of these. Cuba Meat's good. I think also X-ray vision is pretty good. But I'm probably just going to not take them because I think we can afford to be a little bit more selective. As far as I'm concerned, we already have the win. We're not quite there yet, and more importantly, we could easily mess it up. Like, we could royally jack this one up. Yeah, there's no value from a double press, so I think not taking car battery was the right call, unless there's some kind of unique interaction, like, you know, it's twice as powerful, despite the fact that if you normally use it twice, it doesn't do anything extra for you. Always possible, but probably also unlikely. So we'll just finish this off easy way. I don't think we need... I don't think we need to go, like, out of our way to buy things that aren't necessarily very valuable. And sometimes you do. Sometimes you need to take the Hail Marys. And, like, the last greed mode run we had, I forget which character we were. Lazarus, maybe? Things were tight. That was... And not in, like, a... You know, the way H.C. Justin says it. You know, he goes, oh, it's tight. No, that's not the way I felt about that last run. I was like, this is a tight fit. It was like the way you describe a parking spot as tight. I.e., bad. Excuse me. Oh, I really thought that was gonna work. We were taking gambles on that one. This one, I don't think we need to go that far. So the more money we can save, you know, a penny saved is a penny closer to not having to play the base level of greed mode anymore. We can move on to greedier eventually. Yeah, a really smart way to take damage there. Watch out. Nice. Really illustrates how strong Cage is, or how tanky he is, that our 19.52 damage took that long to kill him. I was going to suggest that, honestly, it would be not the worst thing to get Krampus here, but I do think the Pact is worth it. I don't think our speed's necessarily high enough to make Black Powder a good choice, but... Oh! We got Spun, we got Speed, we got Perks, we got Addicted, and we out of here. 47 cents. Now we might want to talk about, like, picking up some HP or something. Well, there's literally just HP right there. You know what? I think we just head down to the next floor. Ah! I'll give you 3 cents. I'll give you enough cents to reroll. Let's be honest, that was a gamble. I'll take Blood Clot. I don't think we need anything else on top of that. I just want to, like... I get too John Nashy, you know? Russell Crowe, A Beautiful Mind. I find myself, running the numbers... Oh, that's so good, though. I find myself running the numbers in my head. I'm like, well, technically, if we just go down to the next floor, that's, like, basically a free reroll. And it is. It is a free reroll. You gotta go for that, obviously. But that doesn't mean that it's not worth using, like, potentially 2 cents to get another reroll. Okay, we probably don't want to use Suicide King, is my guess. Chaos card is the perfect thing to save for the greed fight, no question. Full health. X-Lax. I mean, our damage is already disgustingly good. The virus could be amazing, actually. We shouldn't be in too scary of a spot here. I really just want to bomb. But let's buy a key. They're only 3 cents, so that's pretty lucky for us. And we'll place that in here. And this is what I mean by I could mess this one up. Dead Tooth is just okay. I'm not gonna go into the curse room because it's quite scary right now. But we also have, like, a nearly unprecedented amount of damage output. Especially, like, Lump of Coal means that our minimum damage right now is 19.28. I have no idea what our maximum damage is, but I'll tell you one thing. Most enemies are not surviving one hit of this. Plus, our rate of fire is incredible. So, we're not going to have this on every floor, because not every floor is going to have a Demon Judgment, but... It's actually one of the strongest quad shot runs I've ever seen. Now, what I would love to see are some red hearts. And I don't know where we get those without having to purchase them. We might just have to bite the bullet. But the Chaos card means if we go down to the greed fight, the super greed fight, whatever you want to call him. Probably his name. If we go down there with 1 HP, we should win. As long as we don't miss with the Chaos shot, which is sadly not unprecedented, but probably unlikely. Please don't be jumping right now. Honestly, getting hit once on that fight is no big deal. I prefer to stick with Book of Belial. I mean, we already have Lump of Coal, which is why I assumed that we were pretty much saddled there. Screw it. Health up. Perks. Shouldn't have taken it, because if it was bad trip, we might have had some problems. But you know what? I also like to live dangerously. Not a very good Austin Powers impression. I think that's worth it. Do we want anything else here? I don't think so. I think we want to save our money. Suicide King is bad. Maybe Mom's Pearl, but I'm kind of in that... we should buy another 3-cent key while it's on sale. I wish we can get some bombs, but we do want to save some money to donate. So I think it's okay for us to not break the bank, even though some of those items are good. Like early, before you're Donation machine is maxed. Ooh, didn't raise our rate of fire. We're at the cap. Before your donation machine is at the maximum, it's probably better to not always just operate under the principle of I'm gonna buy whatever item is good. It's my opinion, at least. So we might begin saving right now. I mean, I think it's very strong to start a floor at 11.07 damage, especially because we also have, like, wow, it's like really, really good. Especially because we also have no boss fight as long as we can actually land our greed shot. Oh my lord. It's one of those things where, like, I was rewarded for taking damage and I'm kind of mad about it. Thanks to the virus. Thought we could maybe beat you before you beat me. It looks like this one's gonna be relatively easy, and you know what? Kind of needed that after a couple of 50-50 runs that have come up. I mean, literally, the last run that we did, not in greed mode, but overall, was 50-50. We flipped a coin twice, got lucky on both of them, and managed to survive a situation that we probably should not have, thanks to Guppy's collar, so I'm extremely thankful for that, of course, but also simultaneously cognizant of the fact that it's probably not going to happen forever. What? What's going on here? Okay, what do we want on our deal with the devil? Just give me Guppy, we win. I mean, we're probably going to win anyway, but no, sadly, nothing of value there, in my opinion. We could just continue to buy some stuff. Like, we could buy red hearts, but they're going to be 3 cents no matter what, so I think we don't lose anything by waiting for the next floor. Can we patch in some way that greed mode makes it plausible to get bombs? Because I'm feeling the burn right now. We have a demon judgment. We know we have 3 HP. There's bombs. Okay. So this will take us to 2.5. This will take us to 2. Still on 2. Mom's coin purse. Can't see because Austin just signed in to play Battlegrounds. It's a health downgrade. That's pretty bad. It's a range upgrade. That's fine. We made that, like, inverse trade earlier. It's like 3.5. I think we just buy until we got it all. Okay? And then we... Sure. I'm not worried. 3 cents doesn't matter. What I mean by that is, you know, if we donate 96, we're not going to be like, too bad we couldn't donate 99, because it's just irrelevant, you know? Ever hear that expression, you take care of the pennies, the pounds take care of themselves? You've been watching this channel for a long time, you know that's one of my least favorite expressions. The idea is if you pay attention to the details, the big picture will sort itself out, but the metaphor just doesn't make any sense. Why would you take care of the pennies when you could just take care of the pounds, which are a superset of pennies? If you're taking care of the pounds, you're taking care of the pennies. By definition. Well, it's just a metaphor. Yeah, but the metaphor doesn't make sense. So the lesson is lost. Well, if you don't buy a cup of coffee at Starbucks once a week, you'll be a millionaire. I don't think so. It's good to be frugal. I want to get that out there. It's good to be frugal. It's good to be low maintenance, to a point at least. Sometimes I get in these arguments. I worry about the community I've created sometimes, because they have, like, I go into other chats that I'm tangentially associated with, and they have NLSS style arguments, and I'm like, is this what have I become? My sweetest friends. You know, people are like, what's the average price for a hot dog? And I go, you know, I think like $2. People go, you're crazy! $1.25. I would never pay more than $1.29 for a hot dog. And I go, is this my legacy on planet Earth? Is these kind of arguments? But, so I think, you know, being frugal up to a point makes sense. But taking care of the pennies and the pounds take care of themselves is nonsensical. It just doesn't make any sense. Either way, we're about to win this run. Dude! Hello? It's Monstro? It's gonna be a little bit on the shorter side as far as episodes go today. It's kind of in that awkward in-between period, but I think that's okay. I might also miss, and then that put a damper on things. I did not miss. So, man, I apologize for it being a bit of a shorter episode, but I also didn't invent greed mode, so, you know, keep your sorries in a sack. Hopefully we can donate a bunch here. We did unlock Lusty Blood, actually a great item. We've had a bit of a streak lately of unlocking items that, you know, oh good, we got Mysterious Paper, right? Who cares? This is a little bit more on the positive side. It's a lot more on the positive side. Lusty Blood is potentially like a game-changing item. We're also getting real close to $9.99 in greed mode. I think in greed mode you do want to get the donation machine to explode. But we've had a really good track record of donating a lot of money. We haven't had many greed mode runs where it was like 20 cents donated. And of course, to be honest with you, the big reason why we were able to donate so much money is because we got Chaos Card. So we knew that there was like no risk of us, as long as we could make it here, we were gonna win, is what I mean to suggest. But anyway. Look, $2 is a reasonable price for a hot dog. That's all I'm trying to say. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.